and everybody else's job is in the same situation. This is not the first factory.
We all know that he
Another
saved
example is
Carrier.
Niagara Ceramics in Buffalo, New York,
Now
which closed in 2013.
he saved Buffalo, New York.
To compete with the foreign market.
Joe Bronco was a vice president.
Very difficult for us to manufacture a product in the USA at dollars per piece more than you could buy it for landed at a port on either coast.
Today, the old warehouse feels almost haunted, not by ghosts, but by
Buffalo,
memories
New
of when
York,
the factory
baby.
employed more than 400 skilled workers.
We held on as long as we could, and we just couldn't do it.
Bronco was down, but not out. He's opened a new ceramics facility in Rochester, New York, called North Star Ceramics. Much smaller, but growing.
Donald Trump made it very clear that we've made some bad trade deals.
Amen.
They're affecting businesses like me today, and we are definitely not working on a level playing field.
Joe felt so strongly about it, he and his family worked to get Trump elected.
The fact that Donald Trump is a businessman is playing a huge factor in my support of him. I mean, he understands what it's like to be where I am in a much larger scale.
Before he entered politics, New York Congressman Chris Collins was personally involved in securing funding that kept Niagara Ceramics afloat for several years. And then he became the first congressman to support Trump. Today, he is Trump's congressional liaison during the transition. Were you ever nervous jumping on the Trump train so early?
I was never nervous. It was an easy decision for me to make coming from Western New York, which has been devastated by bad trade deals.
When he
Buffalo.
is President Trump, how do you think he will help jobs come back to upstate New York?
He's not
We're
even
gonna have to
president and he's
negotiate
saving
trade
jobs.
deals, and there may well be some tariff type of barriers to level the playing field. It's got to
And
be
that's
fair
why I
to
like
you.
Donald
When I'm
Trump.
president, if a company wants to fire their workers and leave for Mexico or other countries, then we will charge them a 35% tax when they want to ship their products back into the United States.
I don't believe the president of Ford is now going to follow through and move those small cars to Mexico. I think that's a decision he's going to reverse.
When you start talking tariffs, you've heard the critics that say those jobs are gone for good. You don't buy it.
Ford's coming
Not everyone
back.
is going to be, in the STEM world, a scientist, an engineer, a physician. Those are great jobs, but let's just be honest with ourselves. So, where are the good jobs? And it's not in the lower paid service industries. It's making stuff. What we used to do.
Exactly.
The frustrations and even anger of the working class played a central role in the 2016 election. But how is it that a celebrity billionaire came to be their voice? That's next.
Long story short, I used to work, but I can't work anymore. But when I was working as an engine technician for GM, I was laid off. You know why? Because they wanted to ship their products to Mexico. So, even though that I'm laid off, I have heart for Donald Trump because he's not even elected. He is elected president, but he's not even in the White House yet. And guess what? He saved 3 jobs. And one of them was in Buffalo, New York. And I'm wrapping up for tonight. God bless and amen.